What in the heck is this? The Ukulele Site. Coco approved. She thinks it's for her. It's not for you, baby. Oh, Hawaii. Fragile. It must be Italian. Before I open this, I should mention that if this was a $10,000 ukulele, and it's not, I would let this box sit in my house for 24 hours. This was sent free shipping from Hawaii yesterday afternoon. It went in the plane. It's been sitting in Seattle weather and then coming here. So the temperature is just exactly what it's been for hours. If there is anything in the world more exciting than getting a new ukulele, what does that say? Water repellent. From the Ukulele Site in Hawaii, I don't know what it is. I did not realize when I ordered this that they have a hurricane coming. Anyways, I ordered it and it came in 18 hours. I'll talk about that more. This is not a Kanilea, but the case is, this is a premium case by Kanilea. It's got a little zippy thing here in case you want some strings. So I got some cola and Ukelogic, which is what is on the ukulele right now, which is on my big ukuleles. I use the cola, and on the concerts, I use Ukelogic, and then a tuner, and a bunch of sheet music. This is what it looks like to me. Challenging, for sure. This is just about the coolest case. I've wanted one of these forever. It's called a Premium by Kanilea, and it's for my beach uke, which is a brand new Pono MC concert. In this case, it's plush. It's actually a lot heavier than it looks. It's much heavier than any of the other cases I've had. It has this nice little brick here. And then this can just open in there. And I'll pull that out in a second. Maybe I'll pull it out right now. This case is absolutely amazing and plush and soft and stiff. And it's got a board there. And then on the bottom, it's got a nice thing for your business card and shoulder straps that hook up. I don't know, you could probably hook this one to here and do a cross carry if you wanted to. It loves Coco's little soft white free things. This beautiful plush handle. This is just a wonderful case, and I've wanted one of these forever. And the reason being is at some point, I'm gonna get a Colo concert C100 satin plain Jane, and this ukulele, by the way, her name is Janie, and I am obsessed right now with Ponos. This is the exact shape and dimensions of my Colo ukulele, and I think I'm going to talk about that ukulele a little bit, but not just this second. And then there's the back. Let's get rid of this case and show it on the table. So a couple years ago, I was taking my boat down to Port Townsend to rebuild the rudder, to do a bunch of stuff actually. And before I left, there's two things. One, I wasn't going to have a job, and two, I was really concerned about my prized tenor Koloha. And I was like, it's just too nice. I can't take it. It's going to get, something bad's going to happen. I don't know what. And I sold it for quite a bit of money. It was a 100-year anniversary or I don't know what. And at the time, that was the only ukulele I had. I was heartbroken. On day one, I'm in Port Townsend, and I'm riding my bike around, and I get lost. And I look up, and I'm right in the parking lot of a music shop. And so I'll go see if they have ukuleles. And I walk in, and surely they do. And I walk back into the ukulele room, and right there, hanging on the shelf, is a Colo C100 from 2008. It looked like it had never been touched before. It had the original gold strings on it. We're a little tattered. There's a very light little finger marks from strumming. I strum here, there on the 12th. Essentially, it's brand new. And I looked at the price tag, and I couldn't believe it. It said $300, which is about exactly how much money I happen to have in my pocket. So I walked up to the guy at the cash register and said, hey, you guys have this seriously mismarked. You should add 1,000 to the 3 on it. And he's like, I don't know anything about ukuleles. It's consignment. That's the price. And I was like, I'll take it. I had exactly enough money for the ukulele, a beautiful case that it came in, and then a tuner, 17 cents short. And I was like, can I take this and I'll come back and bring you 17 cents later? It's like, you could have it. I guess I didn't have my bank card. I don't know. And it fit, the whole case fit perfectly in my backpack. And I loved that ukulele more than I can ever tell you. And I had custom ordered that was a C1. I had custom ordered a T100 about a year before that. And when that one came, I just didn't really need two. And I really wanted to focus on the T100. And then I moved to Bellingham, and both me and Kim G hadn't worked in years. And we just needed money, and we sold all of our toys. Selling that ukulele was the biggest mistake I've ever made in my entire life. I will never get over it. And eventually I am going to order a Colo. This is literally the same thing. Exactly. The neck is just a squoosh thinner, and it doesn't have this nice little thumb notch. I actually like this better than the Colo. And then I'm going to have the whole thing made in Koa. I was tracking down some Pearl Harbor Milo, which is kind of the mahogany of the Pacific. And I actually wasn't Milo, sorry, it was Cuban mahogany from Hawaii. And they call it Pearl Harbor wood because when the Japanese heroes were shooting all the planes, the bullets hit the trees, and then the trees had to be taken down so they don't fall on someone, and they're all chopped up and stored and aired. Anyways, I had a lead on that, and that's what I was going to do. But then the more I thought about it, I actually just wanted a standard Koa. I have not had a mahogany, which is what this is. They're very plain. And part of the reason I named it Janie is because it's a plain Janie. There's other reasons that we don't need to go into. But I love that it's just a simple and elegant. It sounds good. It feels good. And I will move the camera onto me, and then I'll pluck some strings and maybe tune it. It's stretching a bit. And I got the Tomastic Infield Smooth Wound Low G. I don't know if I'm a fan. I think I like the gold wound better, but we'll see. Unfortunately, this is as wide as my little camera can get with me being able to look in it and see. So there's the Pono. This is called an MC. They cost $460, which I consider to be very low in price. They do not come with a case. I got that case. Actually, Veronica at the Ukulele Site ran over to Condoleezza and picked it up for me because they're awesome. I have been buying all my ukuleles exclusively from the Ukulele Site for 1 month under 10 years now. And they have always taken exquisite care of me. I've got some little Grover tuners there. And this is my beach ukulele. The only other uke I have right now is my Colo CS, which is the contemporary series. And that one will never be taken to the beach. In fact, it does not leave the house. It's that special. I think it's honestly probably one of the best ukuleles Noah has ever built, and he builds some amazing ukuleles. I am absolutely obsessed with this little Pono. And before I had this one, I had the Pono, I should probably tune that up. Hold on a second. Wow. New strings, stretch a lot. And we'll talk about this. I can't see my tuner. The light's getting me. Oh. I hate this tuner with a passion. It's a snark. And it's one of the most difficult. I've had lots of them in the past. And they work just fine. This one is really hard for me to see. Oh, I'm not going to play anyways. I had to cut out me playing because it doesn't fit in the thing and my fingers aren't working anyways. Okay, wherever I was, I cut that. And what was I talking? Oh, tuned it up. Could do better at that. I don't really know how to play. I'm more of a collector of beautiful things. And this goes everywhere I go. And that's where I was. I had the Pono Ukulele, which is $330 no case. And it was made out of mango. It was absolutely so gorgeous and so amazing. That's one step down from this. So like this is actually ebony. The one on the ukulele is just painted black. And this is ebony. The one on the ukulele is Macau. This is ebony. The one on the ukulele is Raquel. I don't know if you can really see. So this is Pono for how cheap it is. They're clean, they're well built, it's flawless, all the little screws are in straight, and it's got these really killer, I prefer the 4-to-1, I don't know what they're called, they're like little peg tuners, but they're geared on this lower model. This is what you get, and I'm fine with it, and I think they did a pretty good job. These don't feel like my Waverleys, but they look like them. The Waverleys are amazing. My other one has little snakewood buttons on them, and the tuners are just insane. If I could only have one thing in the entire world, and it was this, or even the ukulele for $300, I would be totally fine with that. And when I ordered this, so I had sold the mango, it just, the sound wasn't quite right, and I was going to get acacia. And I was like, I haven't played mahogany since before the turn of the century. When I was 8 years old, my friends loaned to me 3 Martin ukuleles, a concert, a soprano, and a tenor. And those are the 3 that I learned how to play on. And I don't think I've played mahogany since. When I first got this, I was like, oh, I don't know if I like that sound. It was a little much. What I think is I don't necessarily love the Tomastic low G string. And then also, I don't know why I didn't just measure the setup on my cola and ask him to match it. It's 2¼ millimeters. I was like, give me a good sweet low setup. And this is absolutely it's so easy to play, nice setup. It's 2 millimeters and it's a little low for, I do mostly finger style, like. And when I'm picking at these, it's a little hard. And then also I do a lot of basing off of the G string, and I'm kind of missing it. So I'm going to have to learn how to play this. I could, of course, send it back and get a bigger bridge. But what I think is that I'm going to try and learn to love this the way it is. On my left hand, it plays so much cleaner and neater than the ukulele did. And so it was $460. I got the case for $120, which is a little insane, but I just wanted this case forever. And it's for when the new Cola comes, it'll come in a hard case, and then I'll put that in this and maybe hang this on the wall or give it to a child or something. But right now, it's going to be a while until I order that one. So how it works at the Uke site or Hawaiian Music Supply, if you spend $500, you get free shipping and free professional setup. It's a full-blown setup. It's not just a quickie job. And this is $460, and so I ordered a rush. They have a 2-week or a little over 2-week turnaround. If you do a rush, it's $50, and they have the guys do it after they get off work. They'll continue off the clock and do it, and so you're paying for them to do that. By doing that, I hit the $500, which got the free shipping, which is free 2-day anywhere in the United States. There's no tax because it's Hawaii. And somehow from the time it shipped, so I ordered on a Friday, they got it done on a Wednesday. They would have had it Tuesday, but Veronica had to go get my case and get it there. They put it out 18 hours after I got the notification that it was getting ready to ship, and it was still at Hawaii Music Supply. It arrived at my front door, 18 hours. And I am smitten. I honestly, my little ukulele, I loved more than words can tell you. I'm looking for a sound, and I'm not sure what it is. And so here's the thing about ukuleles. I don't share my cola. Maybe someday I'll do a video on it, but it's kind of my private thing. It's exquisite. It almost sounds more like a guitar than a ukulele. I love the little barkiness of the soprano, but a soprano is just too small for my dumb clubby fingers. And so the concert is like, it's in the middle. I'm just getting ready to go off to the boat. Wherever I go, I take this with me, and that's why I wanted the super nice case. It goes camping, it goes on the road trips. We've been traveling so much this summer. I'm so sick of leaving my house, but my little uke goes everywhere, and if we get stuck at the ferry, I can play for hours. I'm not a good player, but I love playing, and it's just a thing. I just love it. And when I try and play on camera, it's just my fingers won't work. I have to have privacy because I have stage fright. But this is my little thing. If you are looking for a ukulele under $500, you will not find a better ukulele than this. You can get a little bit better deal if you look at the Olis. They have their L1s, and I think they're $550 with a case, and it's a beautiful ukulele, and it has a little more adornments on it and a little fancier. The quality is absolutely the same. These are all done by the Bonk and Kantakis family. So the Oi, the Pono, and the Ka Oi are all in the same family. And as far as I know, I will never go outside, although I'll probably never buy a uke again once I order my C1. That will be my last. A little fancy for a beach ukulele, and maybe this one will take its place, and this is all I'll ever have. The neck is nice and thin. I know some of the Ponos are said to have thick necks. I don't consider this thick at all. It's light. It weighs about 17.5 ounces. I wish the ukuleles, when they saw online, would actually have the weight and the neck profile, because that's everything. My big ukes have a radius fingerboard, which I don't necessarily think is better, worse, or the same. It looks prettier, and rosewood is warm and slow and gooey and sticky, and then the ebony is a little cold and slippery and fast. On my next call out, I will probably do rosewood just because of where I live. I feel like as they swell and contract, it's a little more the janka hardness of the neck. It's a little closer to that than the ebony is. It's just softer, so it will move less. This will move very little, and this will move a lot, so you can get finish cracks in here on any ukuleles, but especially up here in the Pacific Northwest. I think it's called finish checking, and especially on nitro, which it's very common. So the rosewood will save that, and then I'll probably do flat, even though my big one has a radius, just because there's absolutely no benefit to me, at least, flat or radius, and certainly not on something, I mean, like how little that is. I think people are like, oh, the curvature of your finger is round, and so it matches the radius, except when I'm pressing, I press flat. And so in the radius, it's almost a little weird. Anyways, I wanted to share this because this is going to be my new constant companion. And for some reason, I never show it. Look at that wood. It's so... Mahogany is like the plainest, most boring wood on earth, but dang. This is just... It's just casually light, and it just has all these glimmers, and it's got silking across the top, which you can't see, but when I play it and I look down, I can actually see like the little wave coming across it. If you have questions about this, you're not going to get answers from me on YouTube, but you will if you go over to my blog, and I can answer any ukulele questions that you have. Also, mahogany, not mahogany, what is this called? Ebony. It's got a little heel cap on it. $500. It is flawless. It is absolute, and as the case, it's just amazing. Okay, I'm going to go play. This is way too long. Yes, it needs some work. Everything that I'm working on needs some work. Beautiful. I love this uke.